Hi, so you find me in the studio today, hello, and I have these all out on my desk. These are things I did a long time ago and I'm after finding them. I've been doing quite a lot of sorting out and making and organising bits and bobs. This was an old scribble journal, has all sorts in it. Yeah, oh good, all sorts in it. That I just made from scrap paper quite some time ago, using boxes of cereal, some cartridge paper, a plastic cover on it, so it is like a memoery in that I can remove these, keep the cover here, and replace it with another notebook at a later date. It is my favourite way to make a notebook because they are reusable. This is just decorative paper that has that sticky back plastic on it, so it gives it a nice waterproof cover. So I found that today. I also have these creatures. So these are wallpaper samples, and I have some book making in here that I've done a very long time ago. And this one actually is a magic book in that it's one of these folding books. And I store these in these little wallpaper sample books. For the want of something better. And so that's where these have been stored. Now, these have been missing for quite some time. So now that they're here, what I want to do is actually make them their own protective envelopes. Just show you a few more bits. This is actually an encaustic monotype that's also been folded into like a little document wallet. So there's another book that's covered in plastic. So ideally that's designed to hold, obviously to size. This doesn't fit, but you get the idea. So that's designed to hold little origami wallets, basically. This is another scribble book. This is made from sticky back plastic. Semic writing is part of my process when I'm journaling. It's my go-to. These papers that I have in this book that I made, it's a stitched book, as you can see. These actually are all from delivery packaging. So the waste paper. So back to the wallpaper envelope, and this is the book I've been looking at today. So these are lots of scraps of drawings and old works and pages, plenty of texture. Again, this is a stitched book, and I have layered these, and again you see the repeat influences with me: bowls, texture, semic writing. Loved that piece. But anyway, so these are torn up. This is probably when I started cannibalizing a lot of my work. Again, just some ink work on scrap paper, some encaustic monotype, pasted pieces, colour, texture. That's what it's all about. So this piece actually, which is quite a number of pieces in this, really, they're all printed pieces. And these would be waste papers, but this would be demonstrated in such a way, so it's a star type book. The reason I'm showing you all of these is because I have decided I'm going to use some of the paste papers that I made recently. I just needed a dry studio day. I didn't want to work with heat and encaustic today. Feeling quite tired. You might hear it in my voice. I've got a class coming this Saturday in encaustic with iron and cards. And so I'm trying to preserve my energy a little bit. So I have this deadly wee gadget here, which is an envelope punch board from We Are Memory Keepers. Paid a couple of quid for it, got it online. It comes with its own little bone folder. And I'm using that today to use my handmade paste papers with my own colour combinations to turn them into envelopes. So this envelope so far has been made for this book. If I can just find the protective cover sheet, because I have I have put an acrylic medium across the surface of this. This is all paint, by the way. There's very little encaustic in this, and where there is, there's no other mediums over it. They're just simply pages that have been slotted in like so. So this has a medium over the cover just to give it a little protective edge, And today, this is what I'm doing. I'm making little envelopes, perfectly made to measure little envelopes to store these wee books with my homemade paste papers. So it's very satisfying. Just thought I'd share that with you today. See ya, and if you're coming to my class on Saturday, I look forward to seeing you. If you don't know about my class, it's in the Garage Theatre in Monaghan. We will be working with encaustic and irons on card. It's called EU Encaustic. I actually have an opening for 2 bodies, so if you're interested, get in touch with me. It's an afternoon workshop from 1 to 5. We always have lots of fun, and maybe I'll see you there. But in the meantime, I'm back to these bad boys. Bye!